next. N1 VGA. Anyone else would like to check in at this time?
This is Kilo Delta 2, Lima, India, Lima. Tony.
E2LIL. KV1SUN. Or call up. Anyone would like to join? Please call now. Thing on 9-1, I see, I gotta minimize this. I see Brian NJ1F is on Zoom with his voice at some point. Someone named Michael, don't know who that is. So, at this time, Dave, if you would like to put up on Zoom video the minutes of the last meeting, and Tim, could you read us the minutes from the last?
Roger, this is Tim, WB2VVQ. Minutes of the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club meeting held January 24th, 2021. On the air meeting held on a 14691 repeater, started 6:06 p.m. Present as there. Tim, WB2VVQ, read previous meeting minutes, accepted. Tim had previously sent out treasurer's report, read on the air, accepted. We need financial audit volunteers. Dave, W1TTT, and Skip, K10KP, volunteered. And Tim, WB2VVQ, to email reports. Eric, K1SUN, renewed the 222 megahertz repeater coordination with NESMIC. We drop it. Bylaw states that the board of directors can be replaced with inactivity. Eric to suggest replacements. Idea table for now. Member list sent to W1TTT. Having issues opening it. Will continue to work. Campfest. Discussion for use of Bowfield and Adams or a private site. Wait for a while and see what happens. Possible date is 4th Sunday in August, which is August 22nd. Could be October. We still have prizes left from last year. Wait till May to decide. We also could go virtual. Let me drop it. W1TTT reported he's still trying to get all nets covered with operators. He has added announcements in the nets for those who want to participate in the net or be net control. Dave also reported on the newcomers roundtable on 14691 repeater, held the first Sunday of the month at 6 p.m. So February 7th is next month. 13 were on the air for January's roundtable. Dave reported on Eastern Mass Echo Link activity. Concerns of the beep and the tone on the 14691 repeater. This could be eliminated. How to use the tone encode has to be worked out. Action for Dave and Eric. Dave reported that he worked the ISS repeater on 440 Mobile. Downlink is 437.8, where you listen. The Doppler shift to 0.81 with the ISS going west to east. Link is 145.99 PL67, which is where you transmit. Let me drop it. Annual report. It's done. Eric and Tim to sign, sent to the state and the High Grounds manager by U.S. mail and email. Membership. Need to have more members to support the repeaters. How to have a membership drive. Announcing on nets is one way. Possible life member class like ARRL has. A note, the ARRL Life member is 25 times the regular annual membership fee. And the Life 70 Plus member is 15 times the annual fee. We would offer free Hamfest access, free food there, Tim to send out email reminders for those who are delinquent in their dues. Next meeting to be held the fourth Sunday, February 28th, 6 p.m. on a repeater. Meeting adjourned 6:55. Over.
Anyone with questions and comments, please call now. With that, Tim, would you please read us the financial report, please? And if you could move your camera down, we don't see your forehead.
K1FFK.
Okay, this is Tim, WB2VVQ, reading the NBARC Treasurer's Report, February 28th, 2021. Balance in the bank account at the end of January, $9,539. Income since last meeting by dues and checks, $95, and PayPal, $40. Interest, 40 cents. Expenses this last meeting, electricity of $17, which must be an estimate of the cost for that. Progress, sent out letter of condolence regarding Silent Key Chandler Pillsbury, WA1DSP, he's a club member. Updated the member database, updated the financial database, prepared the 2021 budget, prepared for the financial audit for last year, transferred PayPal money, deposited checks into the bank. Still to do is to update the K1FFK email address book. Membership, total paid up members for this year is 71. Paid up for last year is 44. Received 5 renewals. KJ1K, KA1SUP, AG1W, WA1NTI, KA10KP. New members, 2. N1RIN, Scott, Kate.
Time out. Time out. Over. APU. Release clear. Repeater. Ready.
Pretty much got all of that, Tim. It was just, he timed right out after the new members, so no problem.
Okay, that was it after the new members.
Okay, and Dave, I don't know why everybody's muted on Zoom, but they are. Does anybody have any questions, concerns over the financial statement as read? Please call now. Nothing. Let's take some further check-ins. Anyone would like to participate in the on-the-air NBARC meeting? Please call now. Go ahead.
If anybody wants to join the Zoom part of it, I can give out the connect board if they have Zoom already.
Okay. Anyone out there would like to try to join the video Zoom meeting? Presently, we're looking at the ceiling of Tim's basement. Yeah, and your finger. Yeah, it's better, Tim. Nah, I can actually see it. Please call Dave, W1TTT, for information. We're all set with that. Okay, what I have on my list is to talk about the financial audit. Did we do the audit? Because I know you sent me some paper or some files and folders and all that, Tim. WB2VVQ. Okay,
WB2 VVQ. No, we have not done the financial audit for this year. I sent you a transactions report, which is all the listed transactions. And you're supposed to look through that. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it. I also have the checkbook, which has the duplicates of all checks that were written, and I have the bank statements for each year. Over.
Okay, yeah, I looked at the transaction. Okay, I guess what we need to do is talk about the budget. Dave, do you have the Excel sheet for the budget available? Okay, Tim, I know on the air it's kind of tough to explain. Let me get a call up my personal one so I can see a little bit better. Yeah, let's see. Just any major differences between last year's proposed or actual budget versus what we proposed for the year. Just the amounts and the titles of what we think.
WB2 VVQ. Well, let's see, the dues were down, the actual dues were down from the budgeted by about $600 or so. So I put the budget approximately where it was before. And of course, the flea market the Hamfest was not held, so there was no income generated from the Hamfest. However, there was expenses. So we didn't have any income from that, but we had expenses of the raffle prizes and the site. Now, the raffle prizes will carry over to this year, so there won't be any cost for raffle prizes this year. But there will still be another site expense. And so that's the major difference there. Things like insurance is the same, and post box seems to be going up in price a little bit each year, like 5 or 10%. The rent for Mount Greylock is the same from year to year. No problems there. Repairs on the repeaters are in a little bit over budget from last year, but still in the $100, $200 ballpark. Let me drop it. I continue to carry on the budget for something to do with the Great Barrington repeater, which I don't know what we're going to do there. Also, the big elephant in the tent is the fire suppression. If we need to do the fire suppression at the bunker, it really would cost more like $10,000, we're thinking, but I put down the same $5,000 budget. We have not spent anything on that so far. Electric continues to be somewhere around $800 a year. So that's about it. Over.
One thing I'll say is we don't know about the flea market space. I don't think the town is going to charge us for what we've already paid for, but that'll be the worst case, is that they'll say, yeah, you owe us again. So we have that set aside. Although they were holding events, but when the time comes and we get closer, I will talk with my contacts about that concern.
Roger.
As far as on the air questions, anybody have any questions or concerns about the budget for this year? Please call now.
TJ1K.
Go ahead, Sigurd. Okay, go ahead, KA1SUN.
I think the budget shows a $600 item for raffle prizes for this year. roll back to it. But if we already bought them for last year, shouldn't that not be $600?
Correct, yeah, we've already spent our money for raffle prizes, so we don't need to have a raffle prize expense. We're not purchasing pre-made tickets or printed tickets, so, Tim, that can be kind of pulled off of the thing.
Yeah, Roger, that was, it looks like an error. That $600 should go into the actual spot for 2020, and the swap, that's what it should be, exactly, figured, over.
Yeah, but if you already spent the money,
K.
it shouldn't be an actual. Because it wasn't in an actual last year. I'm not an accountant.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the actual, was 0 this year, and the budget for next year, income-wise, is 600, over.
Yeah, I understand the budget for income. But, okay, whatever. Anyway, that topped out at me. And, yeah, I had a question from another club member about the, quote, deficit for last year. And I explained to the member that you had bought prizes, and that's why otherwise it would have been almost just a wash last year. Go ahead.
Roger, that $600 would have almost washed out the $789, and then the other incomes too from the gate, 50/50 raffle, food sales would have continued to wipe it out more. Over.
Okay, Al.
Brian NJ1F says there's no audio on the Zoom meeting because you have muted everybody. If you could only allow audio, then that would be at least something for people on Zoom if they're just listening. W1TTT, K1SUN.
Eric, you broke up on that. What was that comment again?
NJ1F on Zoom has said that there is no audio on Zoom at all. I know you have everyone muted. If you could just please allow me to be unmuted, that would be okay to do. Thank you. K1F, we've got audio at least from my end on Zoom now. All right, any more questions concerning budgetary matters at this moment? Please call now. Myself, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's about as much of a quorum as we're going to get. At this moment, is there a motion to accept the budget? Please call.
Tango. I'll make the motion to accept.
Okay, Dave moved. Let me write this down. And is there a second?
And one XWS, all second.
Okay, one XWS second. Yeah. All right. At this moment, all those in favor of accepting the proposed budget for 2021, I'll go through the list I've got here so it doesn't get people jumped up and down. Skip, K1OKP. K1OKP. Aye. WB2VVQ.
WB2VVQ, aye.
W1TTT, K1SU.
Aye.
AJ1K.
Aye.
B2JKV.
K2JKV, aye.
UA1ZHM.
WA1ZHM,
KC1 LVC, Pat.
KC1 LVC, aye.
Okay, W2HAZ, are you a member of NBARC?
No, I'm afraid I'm just an interloper. I'm just monitoring.
Okay, sounds good. N1XWS.
N1XWS, aye.
N1ZGA. And KD2LIL, are you a member? Okay, you didn't come back. Okay, so at this moment, the budget has passed for 2021. Next on mine was flea market updates, which basically are not much. We're still thinking of trying to hold it in the Adams Ag Fair, but if the town and health department still are twitchy, I'm thinking of talking to Art's son and hold it up at the field day site. So that would be an option. And requests from out east, KS1N and crew, about holding it like a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But that's a big job to do. But if we do it up at Arts Field, camping is welcome. Yes, no DWI, and we could party up there for a while. But we got to make sure that the field is not mud laden and accessible, and he's amenable to it. And there's some other things to talk about, to think about, but that's what we're thinking about. The way things are going, we should be pretty well vaccinated by the K1SU.
KJ1K, this comment.
Go ahead, Sigurd.
Yeah, I think you omitted at least one person on the Zoom session on the last vote, and I hate the disappointment.
Can't hear what you're saying, Sigurd. You got to speak up a little louder into that microphone.
Yes, did you allow NJ1F to vote on the last motion, or was he skipped because he was on Zoom?
Brian, yeah, I got a thumbs up. He approves. Yeah, see, for everybody listening, we're trying a new combination of air and Zoom at the moment, and I'm not practice on paper and one eyeball. I got one working eyeball, so I can only look at one thing at once. Okay, any other questions about the fleet? Nothing on that. Next I got on my list was Dave pointed out to me, and I heard this on Saturday. We've been having some CBers, FRS, or Chinese radio people operating. I thought it was on 9.1 using CB handles. Sounded like mobile radios or handhelds between mobiles, but he thought it was on 425. So listen out for that. If you hear them, just put time and date and any pertinent information you can kind of get off of them. Don't engage with them. Just listen, and maybe we can, if they're a nuisance, we'll track them down. Let me look here at my notes that I got from last month. Yep, flea market. Okay, board of directors. Filling positions there. Why did I go back that way? Standby. Can you do JKV? I have to ask, are you a paid member at this moment?
I can be in about 30 seconds.
if you become a paid member, would you accept a remaining time frame on one of the board of directors positions that is held by Pat and Linnell's at H or Jennifer's son?
K1.
Yes, I will. I'm sending my dues in as we speak.
Hey, Tim, you probably may see in about a minute or so a PayPal response. This is going to be a board of directors vote to do this. Going to need a proposal, please.
WB2VVQ, I nominate KD2JKV to the board of directors. Over.
Okay, a little more specific, such as for the remaining term of either N1 LZH or son. That has to be said.
For the remaining term of Pat N1 LZH or Mike AA1AR. Over.
Hey, anyone have questions, concerns on this proposal? Please call now. We need a second on the motion to appoint him to a position.
KJ1K, second, that motion.
Okay, I should have written this down. So Sigurd, second. Second, and Tim proposed. GKV. Okay, this is for board members to vote. K1OKP. You're, well, first off, K1SUN, skip K1OKP.
K1OKP, aye.
Tim, WB2VVQ.
WB2VVQ, aye.
Dave, W1TTT.
Aye.
Sigurd, KJ1K.
Aye.
Okay, at this moment, we are proud to announce that KD2JKV is now board of director member, and his term expires at the end of the rest of the term that we have, which is not this year. Is it 22 or 23, Tim?
Yeah, it's this year. It's at the end of this year. Over.
So you got a year. At least it's something. And then you'll be, as far as being paid up, be put on for a nomination like we all will, and get in on the next one. Congratulations.
K1SUN, KD2JKV, thank you, and I pay the dues are in.
Okay, very good. I see we have Alex on Zoom. Very good. Nice to see someone. At this time, that was all I had for old meeting. Does anyone have any old business, new business for the meeting tonight? Please call now.
KD2JKV, field day.
Okay, field up day. Go ahead, sir.
We are, if we held this thing tomorrow, we would be ready. We are good for field day. We just need, you to get permission for the site. I would like, we need the porta potty, and I would like to propose a budget stipend for pizza on Saturday for the overnight. I have people doing food for Sunday, if that's cool with the club.
Okay, Tim, WB2VVQ, what was the budget set aside for field day that we haven't used? I see something from John. Please call now.
Yeah, we don't have enough for that. we got 150, which really only covers the porta potty. The porta potty was 143 last year, so maybe we should make that something more like 250 or something like that. Over.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to, JKV, if you want to make a motion to up the field day budget with a monetary amount, we can check with that.
K2JKV, I would like to make a motion to update the budget for the monetary amount for field day.
Comment?
Go ahead.
I see that the budget for 2018 was $300, but it's been reduced after that. Over.
Monetary amount that you would like to set aside for field day.
Are you talking to me, Eric?
Yes, you made a proposal, but you need to amend or modify.
I would say 250 will be fine.
Okay, we have a proposal to modify the annual budget for field days from whatever it was, $150 to $250. We'll do another roll call. KA1SUN, aye. Skip. KA1OKP. Bill, if you said yes or no. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on Zoom. Got to see your thumbs. Okay, thumbs up. So he says yes. Dave, W1TTT, KA1SUN.
I'm good with it, with reservations. Where do we get the porta potties from?
Yankee Restroom in Lennoxdale.
Okay, I'll do a little checking. Thank you.
Yeah, if you can find another place, that's fine. Over.
J1K.
This is KJ1K. I wonder if the budget should include some allotments for gasoline to run generators there. They need a little more money in the budget for that. And I think historically we've paid even more for the porta potties, but maybe there was two of them. I don't know. KJ1K, but I'm basically in favor of the motion.
Okay, I don't think they're going to eat $100 worth of pizza myself, so it should be plenty for gasoline for generators. If gas prices start to go up by the end of June, then we'll have an emergency budget to bump it up a bit. But my feeling is it should be fine. Any more discussions on gasoline? KA1SUN. I got to skip you, JKV, because you're made it or whatever. The BA1's at HM, you're go.
BA1's at HM, aye.
At KC1 LVC.
KC1 LVC, aye.
N1 XWS.
And 1XWS, aye.
J1F on Zoom. With a thumbs up aye. Okay, with that, the motion has passed to increase the 2021 field day budget to $250 at this time, pending review as we get closer to field day for expenses for gas if need be. Anyone else with any news, questions, concerns? call now.
K1FFK.
KJ1K. It has been mentioned to me that I should say something about the weather station. You want me to do that?
Yeah, I know it's broke, and we'll get up there at some point, but yes, if you want to say something, if you can find a little better spot, you're right on the hairy edge, but try it again.
Yeah, it would be better if they just unmuted Zoom and we could pipe it into the repeater, but this is KJ1K, and I am using an HT, so I'm not at normal place that I am. Anyway, yeah, the Weatherhawk is broke, if people don't know it. So that if you go to aprs.finland, you'll see that it says 915 miles per hour is the wind speed, which is highly unlikely. Anyway, we're a team of 3 people, and one of the other persons on the team has an email I received today, and it says, I've been wondering whether it's time to poke Becky again and try and get...
Back, Sigurd, what did you say about Becky?
Anyway, there are some issues. One is regards to internet on the summit. Another one is in regards to repair of the Weatherhawk. It may be beyond our capability or desires to repair it if it's internally fixed, which we think it is. We may know more when it gets warmer and we can get to the top of there. And also, there are issues with the internet at the visitor center, and does she still want a camera? Anyway, question is, should we contact Becky and try and have a Zoom meeting with Becky in the next month or so?
Yeah, my feeling is, we should be Zooming with her to find out what the feelings are, what the statuses are, what the state's wishes would be. And I agree, if there's something majorly wrong with the head, the Weatherhawk sensor, then yeah, it's beyond what we can do for them. They would have to reinvent the wheel for that. But if it's that voltage regulator that crapped out internally, then we can change that out easy peasy like we had before, but have to kind of beef up something for that. Yeah, so if you guys want to get into that, let me know when, and if I'm available, I can Zoom also. Questions concerning the weather station up on the hill? Hearing nothing on that. Yeah. So, anyone have anything they would like to add to this meeting tonight? Please call now.
K1 OKP.
Found a battery.
Yeah, first I'd like to thank Dave for setting up the Zoom meeting. This is great, and I'd like to propose that we use this for the upcoming meetings instead of trying to do it on the repeater.
Okay, that would be, I guess, pretty good. If, like I said, people that are listening, we'll have to figure out, well, I don't know if we'll do a simulcast again, but we'll work on something here. I think we should be trying to do this.
Whiskey 1 Tango.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, it's as simple as somebody having Zoom on their computer, and just before we start the meeting, we can give out the connect numbers that they add into their computer or their tablets, whatever, and they can join right in with us just the same way as Alex did down here.
Yeah, I also copied and pasted, put it on the NBARC Facebook page today, so if people were scamming that, they could catch it tonight too. So yeah, we'll do another Zoom, and we'll probably try to do like I'll try to do it on the air at the same time or whatever, but I think we might work out with this. Over. Other than that, some radio experiences I've had recently. Last Friday? Not this one, yeah. Last Friday, I was tuning around on the AM broadcast band and listening to the automated not beacons, but stuff down at 1710, and coming from New Jersey about COVID, and then there's one underneath that coming from the Armory in Springfield. I just happened to tune down a little farther past that, heard some music. Now, this is interesting. Turns out it was an AM broadcast pirate on 1735 kilohertz. Guy was on from about 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. It was interesting to listen to him. And he even mentioned that there was another pirate on 1720, and I tuned down and found that one was weak, but he played like one or two songs and he was gone. Things happen. You know, you got to tune around, listen, get some weird stuff, and have fun. With that, anyone else have any questions, concerns, comments, or experiences they would like to add?
This is WB2VVQ.
Go ahead, Tim.
There's also some illegal use of the frequencies just below the 6-meter band in the old cordless telephone band. Well, maybe it still is cordless telephone, 49.85 and thereabouts. And along that line of the broadcast band there, not that I want to see it happen, there is a free Gates 1 kilowatt transmitter if anybody wants to pick it up. It's in Pennsylvania. When I say pick it up, you need a fork truck, of course, because the shipping weight is about 3,000 pounds. But it was functional on 1440 kilohertz. Over.
What do you think, Brian? Think we should go get a ride and go get it? The thumbs up. He works for Harris Gates, yeah. I wonder what the model was.
Yeah, he's got it there. It's a BC1F, I think it is, Brian. Yeah, it's the 1 kilowatt. It was in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. I'm pretty sure it's still available. It's removed from service. It was working. But you know how heavy it is and how big it is. Over.
Once you take the iron out of the bottom, then it's okay. And Jackson's probably trying to think of a way to go down and get it. So, yeah.
Let me send you the information, Eric.
Send me the info. I'll send it to Kurt. And who knows? He may end up going down to Pennsylvania and pulling it out of the snow. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, this is for Tim and whoever else is in on the audit. Pick a day, a time, let's get together and get it done. That'd probably be the easiest thing to do.
K1FFK.
If you want to get together with the boys and figure out your time and place, that'd be appreciated.
Okay, Roger. That would be Skip and Dave Triple C. And I could bring the other paperwork and we could, well, have to think about where to get together some place where we can be a little bit farther apart. I don't know if it could be a restaurant or what. Over.
Is the Berkshire Mall open to walkers and such? You can have somebody way down at the far end, and that's Sears, and the other end of the building.
It's closed.
Okay, one OKP.
Skip.
Yeah, Tim, how about doing it in a parking lot like we did the meeting that time?
That's possible. Yeah. I mean, on a nicer day, of course.
Whiskey one tango tango tango. I don't see any reason we can't get together at a table and go over all this stuff. I mean, they've pretty much opened up the restaurants to do whatever they got to do with bigger crowds. So they're backing off on some of the limitations. So for 2 or 3 of us to sit around a 6-foot table or something should not be a problem.
Well, my comment is going to be kind of different. Have the 3 of you gotten your shots yet?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative, but I've been tested.
Okay. Well, I would say if you've all been shot, or it could be shot, it would be good. But oh well. Yeah, if you have a big enough space and you're all masked up and sanitized up, you should be fine. But where to? That's the question. That's what you guys are going to have to decide on, the 3 of you.
Yeah, we can work that out. I think outside would be the best. I don't feel good about getting close to people, even with a mask on, for that matter. And I don't eat in restaurants. I don't think I'll do that until I get the 2nd shot. Over.
See, Johnny's been double dosed, so he's all good for now.
Okay, the other option I would come up with is, and I don't see the need where we have to be with each other. We've got the Zoom, let's use it.
That would be a thing to do, and I think it might be doubling with Tim.
Examine the bank statements. Over.
I trashed you.
This is WB2VVQ. I think you should examine the bank statements, which I have in printed form. They are available on the website, but we'd like to keep that access down to a minimum, just Eric and myself. I think you should look at that. I think you should look at the checks and some physical artifacts. Over.
Yeah, you guys have to come up with some sort of a larger space that's a little ventilated and whatnot. I would suggest the doggy place down in the basement, but I don't know if they would allow you, the 3 of you, to go in and use that.
Okay, go. Okay, one OKP. Now the shelter's still closed.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say the back of your van, but that's not well ventilated.
Parking lot. We could just pass the paperwork back and forth, and each look at it separately.
Yeah, that's the right, Skip.
Go ahead, Sigurd.
Yeah, thank you. Wouldn't it make sense just to wait a couple of months until 2 months or something, and do the audit later, and you can do it at a picnic table in the park?
When is the actual audit supposed to happen, Tim? Do you have a time frame on that, or is it just suggested we do one every year?
There's no requirement on the date. It's just an annual audit. Over.
When it's you on. Yeah, why don't we table this until the snow level drops and the sunshine increases?
That's good for me.
Hey, I'll just, we'll keep bringing it up just to remind everybody that will do it, and just wait for better weather. At this time, anyone else have any questions, concerns, comments for the meeting this weekend?
Alex, just getting along.
Very good. We've got check-in, full quieting in. Just to let you know, as far as I know, it's still going on, is the Hartford Antique Flea Market, April 4th, I think, at the museum in Hartford. Will it be working, going on? Hopefully, barring any big April snowstorms, I'll go down with a load of stuff and hopefully transfer it to someone else's truck.
Okay, one OKP again?
Skip.
Yeah, I believe it's the 3rd, but it's going to be the Saturday of that weekend, and it is still going. I've also been keeping up the fees on the bulletin board page, and they're marked as to whether they've been canceled, or if they've set a date, or if it's still up in the air. There were 2 virtual ones this weekend, but there are some actual physical fees that have set the date.
Yeah, no, I watched and listened to the virtual Saratoga Flea Market Hamfest. It was done very well, guys. Didn't stick along for much of it, but was working away and listening to it, so that was a thing to do. I was also joking, saying that flea markets should actually come back quickly because 90% of the people that go are over 75. So y'all should have your vaccinations and all be clean. And with that, any more? One last call. KA1SUN.
Yeah, let's see one dangle. Just a quick query on the field day. I know NBARC's backing it. Are we going to be pleasured to have the team that NBARC usually has involved with the whole thing?
That's up to the individuals if they want to participate. Myself, I've done so much of it. I'll come up, I'll visit, I'll have a good time. But that's what I'm going to want to do this year.
Okay, that's why I asked, because you could be listed as an official, because you're the club president. So, extra point always helps.
If I show up, that'd be an official participation. Also, the problem is going to be we got to have a licensed extra on site if you're going to operate in the extra portion of the bands or whatever. So if no extras on site, you got to stay within the highest class license on site.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. At least I don't think so. I'm an extra, so I plan on being up there.
K1FFK.
Sounds like a plan. Anyone else?
Just for the ones that are listening that are involved in the field day, I'm not sure who we're going to be able to get to mow the field this year. Usually it's Hobie, and I believe he's still going to be out of commission.
Well, yeah, that would be part of when I speak to Arts and Son on what could be done there. So until that time comes, then we'll worry about that. do we have a motion to, end the meeting tonight?
KCJKV, I motion.
We got a motion on the floor. Anyone want a second?
Was he one tangle? I'll second it. 1 hour.
Okay, very good. At this moment, the NBARC February meeting 2021 is done. Thank you all for participating on air and on Zoom. And at this moment, we'll relinquish the repeater back to general amateur misuse. Mute everybody. Let's see how we do.